We oftentimes don't take the other verses that follow, though. It says, "For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." Now listen to this. "And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed." Okay. Bottom line. Man rejects the truth. Man rejects the light because his deeds are evil, and he enjoys that. So yes, God chooses, but at the same time, man chooses. It's something hard for the mind to comprehend, but both are true. I don't even pretend to know the mind of God, but I would say any of you who feel a calling from the Lord to turn your life over to him, now's the time. Today's the day, and that means you're his child. But make it clear that not all are his. And as far as asking the question, if he's all-knowing, why would he create people if they're going to go to hell? Like it says right there, to be honest, you would smash a bug without a second thought, right? No problem. You wouldn't even think about it. What makes us so arrogant that we think we're worth so much? I mean, you think about God, he's far superior than us compared to a bug. And we think God owes us what? Now that may sound harsh, but it's completely honest. What does God owe you? I'm being as blunt as possible. May sound mean, may sound like, oh, that's not a loving God, but no, it's the opposite. God does love you. That's why he sent his Son to die, and he says, whoever believes in him will be saved. Whoever does. Don't let your arrogance and pride get in the way. Obviously, these first two questions, very theological. Anyone who has a differing opinion, that's debatable. You could just say, well, I reject all that, and I don't like your God. I think that God is an evil God. You're free to think that. God's given you the freedom to do so. These other three are a little more exciting to me, because actually the next one is just a blatant, flat-out lie. The question was number 3, if Jesus Christ actually existed, where's the proof? You would think that a man who performed miracles and was resurrected and rose up into heaven for all to see would have made it into the historical records. What's amazing is he made it abundantly into the historical records. Actually, at the conclusion, whoever created this video that I'm refuting here states that the only other record is Josephus. That's a blatant lie. I'm just going to list a couple here. Thallus in 52 AD, and these are not Christian writers. These are secular Roman writers. Thallus in 52 AD speaks of Christ. Actually, speaks of the eclipse that took place during the crucifixion and the great earthquake. Here's some other writers, Pliny the Younger, 61 through 113 AD. Suetonius, 69 through 140 AD. Tacitus, 56 through 120 AD. There's a bunch more on this list. The Jewish Talmud actually references him. All these are different references, secular, none of them Christian. All referencing Christ's crucifixion. It references him being crucified under Pontius Pilate. It talks about him having magic capabilities. And these are from enemy sources, which is phenomenal. I'm going to put a link in the more information point on the side of this YouTube video here, so definitely check it out so you can read the quotes for yourself. I'm not going to go into all of them here. I'm not going to go into any of them for time restraints. But I'm going to put the link over there. Read them. It's fascinating stuff. So that in itself should just discredit this video, because that's a flat-out lie. Well, I'll get to that. Let's go on to number 4, though. Number 4 was about Gilgamesh. How do you explain the obvious plagiarism in the book of Genesis when the story of Noah is told? It is clearly taken directly from the Epic of Gilgamesh, written in 2600 BC. Bottom line, Gilgamesh, yes, we have portions of it written in the 2000s. But what's interesting is it's not till Tablet 11 that the flood comes up. And Tablet 11, as far as Gilgamesh goes, is dated at 650 BC, obviously long after the Genesis account. And not only that, as far as the Gilgamesh, the Tablet 11, it actually has things directly stolen, plagiarized itself from, what is it called? I think I put it down on here. Epic of Artrahasis. Epic of Artrahasis. It actually, you can look at it yourself, check it out online. It actually has, sentence for sentence things stolen from this epic. So why would we think, obviously, if it's already plagiarized once, why wouldn't we think, since the only dated tablet of this that we have concerning the flood in Gilgamesh is after Genesis, and we already have evidence of them plagiarizing from another source, why wouldn't we think that they stole from the Genesis story instead of vice versa? It's very deceiving to portray it as if this tablet, which many think it was actually later added, it wasn't a part of the original story. And if there's already things obviously plagiarized in it, why wouldn't we think they took from Genesis as well, since they already took from the Epic of Artrahasis? It would only make sense, so I don't see how that's any sort of evidence against the Bible whatsoever. I'll put a link to discussing some of that. Number 5, the question was another exciting one for me, because this one gets thrown out there all the time about Horus, and it's, oh man. Okay, I'll just read it. It says, number 5, how do you explain the extreme similarities of Jesus and the Egyptian god Horus? They're almost the exact same person, minus the name, yet Horus was written about 3,000, yet Horus was written about 3,000 years before. I'm just going to read off this list. I'm going to give a link for you to check it out. Actually, it's the exact opposite. First of all, Horus was not conceived of a virgin, and his mother's name was not Mary. There were not 3 wise men who attended his birth, and he had no earthly father named Joseph. He was not born in a cave or manger. He was born in a swamp. His birth was not heralded by an angel, nor was it attended by shepherds. There are no missing 18 years in his life story, and no story about a special event in the temple at 12. He was not baptized at 30 by a baptizer who was later beheaded. He did not have 12 disciples, and while he certainly performed miracles, he did not exorcise demons, raise the dead, or walk on water like Jesus. Horus was not called Iusa, the ever-becoming Son, the Holy Child, the Way, the Truth, the Light, Messiah, God's anointed Son, Son of Man, Good Shepherd, Lamb of God, Word of Truth, the KRST, Christ, or the Anointed One. He did not deliver a sermon on the mount, nor was he transfigured. He was not crucified between 2 thieves, buried for 3 days in a tomb, nor resurrected. He did not come to fulfill the law, and was not said to reign for 1,000 years. Okay, bottom line, many of you have probably heard these fabrications, just rumors, probably. Obviously, Zeitgeist has a huge influence in that. I'm going to put a link, so obviously I'm just giving you, no, it doesn't say that, with no proof right now, obviously for time constraints. I'm going to put the link on the side in the more information section, so you can read each one of those step by step, all the facts on it. There's a bunch of other mythological gods that Jesus has been compared to. I don't know where these rumors started, but they're easily disproved. So anyone who's been bothered, who's a Christian, by this whole similarity between Horus and Jesus, another thing that is just absolutely not true. Just like the third question about there being no historical records of Jesus when there's plenty outside of the Bible. I just say out there to anyone who may have been misled by some of these things or caused to doubt their faith, that you just remember that God is true. It says that Satan's been a liar since the beginning. Satan works through lies, but we have the truth on our side. I've been at the point of almost having my faith broken because of things like this, stronger evidences than these, supposedly against the Bible. And God answers prayer. If you'll stand by Him, trust Him, He will reveal you the answers. So I just say that, and you guys All these questions are going to be thrown out there attacking your faith, but God is true. Lord is good, and men will mock till the very last day, and then they'll stand before Him and have to give an account. So, thank you.